What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about a pretty massive scam that just happened in the cryptocurrency world. If you've been somehow just unaware as to what's been going on over the last, year or so, cryptocurrency has absolutely exploded in popularity. Honestly, I think pretty much most forms of investing at this point have exploded in popularity to a certain extent. I mean, like we saw back in, late January when the whole, GameStop, AMC kind of thing was kind of unfolding. Everyone was downloading Robinhood. Everyone was trying to make a little bit of money investing, and that, it seems like it's kind of happening with, of course, different circumstances with cryptocurrency as well. A lot of this has been led with the increasing amount of use that Bitcoin has seen globally. I know a lot of stores and retailers and places are finally starting to take Bitcoin as a method of payment. Obviously, a lot of media coverage over cryptocurrency because primarily of Bitcoin. And a lot of people are starting to invest into cryptocurrencies, especially with the pops that things like Dogecoin have had recently. And I think that in pretty much any instance where you see this many people flooding into trading for the first time, there's of course a lot of good, but there's also some bad to it. The good is, of course, people are investing their money. They're making, I would say, better financial decisions. I mean, a lot of people don't invest any of their money whatsoever. They just kind of go blow it away. And obviously, that's not necessarily the best decision you should be making with your money. You should be trying to save or invest some of it. And with this growing popularity for cryptocurrency all across the board at this point, we are unfortunately, I think, going to see a lot of situations like this unfold. This is not the first time this has happened. It definitely will not be the last. But an absolutely massive scam just happened in the cryptocurrency world. Now, this is all revolving around a relatively new coin introduced onto the market called the DeFi 100 coin. Now, I'm going to be pretty honest with you. I don't know very much about the usage, I would say, of this coin. The thing about cryptocurrency that kind of differentiates them from stocks is kind of how they work functionally, right? I mean, the great thing about cryptocurrency that everybody, who actually cares about the functionality of these cryptocurrencies, the thing that they hype up is they're decentralized, they're part of the blockchain technology, right? It's often deemed as the future of currency and whatnot, right? So I'm not necessarily sure when it comes down to how this coin was functioning, what it was really based on, anything like that. But it's a very unfortunate situation nonetheless. So a tweet came out from the user at CryptoWhale that says, breaking, DeFi 100 coin exit scams and runs away with $32 million in investors' funds. Website is now updated with the message, quote, "We scammed you guys and you can't do shit about it." Which is pretty factual, as you can see by the screenshot here. We scammed you guys, you can't do shit about it. Haha, all you moon boys have been scammed and you can't do shit about it. Signed, Devsin, fuck you moon boys. So if you don't know what an exit scam is, I kind of learned about exit scamming through the dark web. Exit scamming is essentially when a big service or product will be kind of propped up or whatever by an investor, a group of investors, an owner, whatever you want to really consider it. And as people will flood this money basically anonymously because, cryptocurrency, it's not like trading a traditional stock, right? Where pretty much everything is reported and filed, the government overlooks pretty much all of it. Cryptocurrencies are a lot more, decentralized and anonymous and whatnot. So basically what they did was they, I guess, did an ICO, an initial coin offering. I'm not sure if that's necessarily what happened here, but somehow the coin got out onto the market. It raised $32 million in investors' funds. And basically in an exit scam, what they'll do is once they've reached a point where, they felt that they've got enough money or whatever out of whatever it is, they basically just disappear. They take all of the money out of what was going on and they get the fuck out of there. Now, on the dark web, when this would happen, a lot of the time it would happen with stores and places that were selling narcotics, illegal weapons, things like that. These people would have all this money get put into escrow and whatnot to kind of build, I guess, a little bit of trust with the community. And then when all that money was building up, they'd take it, disappear, you'd never fucking see them again. It's pretty much impossible a lot of the time to figure out just who did a lot of this stuff. They go so far to conceal their identities, and especially in decentralized coins and stuff like this. A lot of the times, the creators of these coins do not even show themselves. They don't, make themselves known. For instance, with Bitcoin, the actual creator and founder is not known. They've gone by an alias of Satoshi Nakamoto, I believe. So these people possibly will never be held accountable for this, but they did, in fact, steal $32 million from people who were optimistic about the future of this coin, investing money into it, hoping that, of course, the value would skyrocket and, they'd make a shit ton of money. I mean, everyone sees what happened with like Doge, right? It was like 2 cents, a month and a half ago? It exploded up to like 80 cents at one point. And that's why people invest in coins like this. Because I know a lot of people, they'll say like, oh, well, why would you ever put your money into something like this? Why would you ever put any amount of money into something you don't know anything about, stuff like that, which, that's a valid concern. And I'm going to get into that here in a second, but people do this because they want to get rich quick. And unfortunately, these people don't really know any principles about investing, or they're too optimistic about the future of this, or, a lot of the times it simply really boils down to people chasing what they see elsewhere. Like a lot of the times, people who invest in these small coins like this trying to get in early, they see Dogecoin or they see Bitcoin or Ethereum, these coins that have actually made people a lot of money. And they just want to rush into something because it's new and there's the possibility that it goes through the roof. Now, of course, it's amazing if you bought 3,000 Bitcoin when it was $11 back in the day and you sold it when it was $57,000 a coin. That's fantastic and you won. But I think the message and the principle really of trading, unfortunately, that a lot of people really seem to never understand before putting money into the market is that regardless of what you're investing in, it's just not realistic or possible for everyone to win. That is never the principle that's ever being put out there. And if anyone makes guarantees of like these lucrative explosions in price when you invest something, you should stay fucking wary. Now, when I was a kid, my dad used to say something that really kind of stuck with me. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So if you're a new trader or whatever, right, and you got $1,000 to spend or invest on whatever, right? When you see people coming to you like, oh, hey, bro, why don't you come buy some shitcoin? It's only, a fraction of a penny right now. You can put a whole bunch of money into it. Bro, but by next month, it's going to be 5 cents. We're going to the moon, bro. You should be wary of shit like that because the truth is people who actually win at investing, people who make a fuck ton of money investing, they constantly have good portfolios. They're not out here saying shit like that. They're not out here promoting a coin that's worth 0.000007 of a dollar, right? Like that just isn't the case. It's very rare that you see people do something like that because the truth is a lot of the times when you buy these smaller coins, you're just not going to win. And that's not to discourage you guys from making trading decisions or anything like that. It really is all up to you. But you need to make sure that you're doing due diligence, okay? That's like a big term, I guess, in the trading world is doing your due diligence. You need to be fully knowledgeable about the decisions that you're making with your money. And the problem is with things like this, people fucking pour lots of money into it, right? Like I personally have known, fuck it, I'll give an example. I know somebody, right? He lives in California, okay? He's, I think, 19 now. He's an online friend of mine, right? But he works some regular job in the real world, right? Some 9-to-5 shit. He told me that he invested pretty much all of the money that he had saved into cryptocurrency, right? Because his friends were all on it. His uncle came to him talking about this shit and whatnot. And he lost a lot of money when just a few days ago, cryptocurrencies kind of tanked and everything. There was a lot of money lost. He lost a pretty fucking significant portion of that money that he'd saved in just a few hours. And with a situation like this, unfortunately, I feel like it's even more lucrative to dump massive amounts of money that you couldn't afford to lose into it because, I mean, let's say you have $1,000, right? If you say, oh, I'm going to buy $1,000 in Bitcoin, you're getting a small fraction. Like a lot of the profit that was to be made has already been made and you just missed out on it. But with these, I feel like people get overpromised a lot of the time what's going to happen. They don't do their due diligence. They don't try to learn anything about trading. They don't build patterns. They don't set disciplined rules for themselves, anything like that. They just jump into it and they think they're the Wolf of Wall Street and they get fucked and they lose money. And the sad but harsh reality of investing money is oftentimes the people who have a shit ton of money, the game's already kind of rigged in their favor. I mean, we've seen this countless times. We just saw it a few months ago with the whole GameStop thing when these hedge funds fought back against the shorting the stock and whatnot. People were losing fucking tens of thousands of dollars in minutes, right? Because they'd been investing all this money and whatnot, right? But things like DeFi 100, I think, are going to become more common, unfortunately. Now, I don't want this video to discourage people from trading and like investing money. The reality of it is you just need to learn what you're investing in. I mean, you can't just be putting money into literally anything and everything and expecting it to work out, right? I mean, if I come out with Opticoin tomorrow, at least you know who's behind it, right? But like in a lot of these, you don't know. You don't know what its use is. You don't know what it was intended for. You don't know if it has any future on blockchain. You don't know if it has any future as any sort of asset. For a lot of the times with these, you'd be better off probably going in the fucking casino and just gambling, right? I mean, and of course, it's different when it's something like Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? Because it's more established, it's more operable with the world that we live in. It has a dedicated purpose. Everyone knows what those are. But unfortunately, you see these small little coins like this, these little fucking meme coins and stuff. And sure, while there's a lot of money to be made, like, you gotta really be careful, or else you could end up being one of these $32 million that have gotten fucking stolen. Unfortunately, I do think that things like this are going to stick around, right? The truth of the matter is, fucking horrible human beings notice that there's a lot of optimistic, eager young people coming into the markets, coming into things like cryptocurrency, and they see an opportunity to just get the fuck off on them. And these kinds of things, I think, are going to damage the public relations of cryptocurrency, especially if they do become more common, or if we see maybe a big coin or something that people were into kind of have this happen. But you guys just got to be careful, man. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @subtheoptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, not owning DeFi 100, and signing out.